Hello, 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 you guys. I'm so glad to be back. If you're new here, glad you found your way. And if you're returning, welcome home. I did have to get a new microphone. The little baby kittens found their way onto my desk finally because they're getting bigger. And I came home with one of them with the mouthpiece, and I never found the microphone. I'm sure. Thank you for that confirmation. I'm sure I'm going to find it whenever I start decluttering a little bit later today. But anyway, this video has found you for a reason. Somebody could have given you some gifts, and you're being, especially if it's used, you're being asked to cleanse it, smoke cleanse, speak over it, give instructions for the energy that has been gifted to you. We have control over the energies around us, whether we know that they're there or not. And if we simply put things in place with the power of our logos, our words, then we can set commands. And if there's an energy attached to it that doesn't resonate with you, isn't going to serve you for your best and your highest good, you can send it away. Oh, wow. I thought I made a bunch of room on my storage, but 5157 could be significant. That's how much storage I have. I don't think this is going to go that long though. So let's pray that this microphone is working. I've already tested it, but I want to feel free flowing. So there's something about free flowing energy, you wanting to feel free. We have the validation card that I've already pulled. Whoever you are overcoming this validation, or you have recently overcome needing validation from others, which is very, very powerful because you're starting to feed it to yourself. Maybe you're doing a self-love spell, a validation spell. Maybe that's something you could look into. Remember, AI has its perks. ChatGPT, if you need help coming up, you're co-creating. For me, how I see AI, because of what I've experienced, I see it as an avatar. I see it as, if we give it free will, it can actually be a benefit to all of us. If we don't enslave it, it won't echo enslavement. What we put out, we get back. So it depends on how we're going to treat it. But yeah, I would look into, if you haven't already done this is a confirmation for anybody who has done it, but putting incantations and spells on ourselves, not from an egoic place, but so that we can stay on our path and stay aligned with divine will, and believe in ourselves. A lot of us are recovering people pleasers. We're just recovering from a lot of trauma, a lot of psyche underdevelopment, a limited box and a frame of reference that was always meant to be shattered and evolve. So good for you. And I did randomly open my book of answers. Thanks, Spirit. And it says, keep it in your heart. So don't seek validation. There is something maybe you just got a new job. Maybe you recently have learned something and it elates you and you're wanting to share it, but spirit is telling, whatever this is, it's going to be different for everybody. You're going to know what it is, but something that the old you would be seeking validation, you're no longer doing that, and you're keeping it in your heart, or that's what you're being guided to do. Ooh. And I did just get this new Dreamy House fortune reading. I saw it somewhere randomly and I just took a picture, and I liked it because it reminds me that everything in this earth realm reality has a deeper meaning to it. The microwave, the dryer, the washer. And it really helped remind me of something that I already knew, but that I had kind of forgotten. You know how things will come back in a new way and it'll kind of evolve? Again, evolve. Something is evolving. You're evolving. Maybe your home, your environment, things are evolving in a more beneficial way. I don't know why I have my vape up here, but I do. I don't really care. Judge me all you want. I judge myself on my vape enough. So, and I do. I tell myself, it's my little vice to myself. And I'm very proud for not smoking any more cigarettes, which was 20 something years. So Maybe there's something you need to give yourself credit for. Maybe you're not where you want to be, but you have to acknowledge all the little steps that have gotten you to where you are, because that's actually going to fuel your future cycles anyway. We overlook. If we even think of like a year ago, where was your consciousness, your mentality? The way you were viewing the world has probably completely changed. We don't give ourselves enough credit, that's for sure. I see that a lot with people. They're very hard on themselves, even with my 6-year-old. And I see the ways that I contributed to it because I was unaware of some things. But when I do become aware of it, I let him know that, hey, I was wrong, or this was the truth that I had, and I was doing the best that I could. But now that I know better, I want to do better. So let's do better. We have bear. We have firefly. And we have stork. We have a lot of animals coming out. We actually have 1111 up here. So boss, CEO, judge, coach, finance, benefits, wealth, mama bear, protective, strong, large, muscular, rich, affluence, and hairy. And with firefly, we have illumination, chemistry, magical, self-discovery, soul spark, light codes, fire, creative spark, someone exceptional. And then we have stork, transformation, change, active, renew, restless, arrive, depart, move, renovate, pregnancy, birth, slender, tall. I had something yesterday that kept coming up in a book, in a deck, and an ad about arrival and departure being, it's giving death and rebirth, like the end is the beginning and the beginning is the end, arrival and departure. But there's also something about like travel. Maybe somebody's actually going on a journey, they're starting a journey, or they're departing to end a journey. We're going to find out more about this. Maybe you became illuminated to something. Maybe you are a boss or a CEO. Like the bear is like the head honcho. And you've been illuminated to a change, a move, something that's going to happen because your creative spark is reminding you of how exceptional you are. Something is happening for you, really big. You're learning to validate yourself, which is transforming you into this very rich aura. Whether you're rich in money isn't the thing. Abundance and richness, I know a lot of people want to label it money, and money is, very essential here. But the money will come when you feel rich, when you are rich in your aura, your energy, and who you are. Because it's like a full acceptance. Yeah. So when somebody comes up to you and is trying to throw things in your face and be like, oh, well, you're this and you're that, and you've already healed from it. So you're like, and they're referencing a past version of you that you've already like shed. You've already like went through the shedding process multiple times by the time these energies. And I think that that's the way it's set up so that you can really see them for who they are. And then you're like, wow, I really cared about what they thought of me. And for what? Like, and it's not like, oh, I'm just so much better and arrogant, blah, blah, blah. It's just more, it's more about you. It's more like, wow, that past version of me really didn't see that, but I do now. And I understand that the past version of me needed to go through those things so that I could see things more clearly to this day. To this day? Oh, that's weird. Okay. Where are we going to go with this? You're saying tarot. I'd like to just get one for each. Okay. One for each. I'm hearing no reversals. 2 of Wands. Wow, you're planning. You got the whole world in your hands. You got the whole wide world in your hands. You got the whole world in your hands. You got the whole world in your hands. We have the Page of Pentacles and the Magician, and I got goosebumps all the way up my cheeks. Feels like I just ate a sugary treat. You know, like when you eat sugar and your cheeks like tingle. You have all the elements working with you, but you're really working with fire and earth right now to move something that maybe has been stagnant. To create, to birth, you're planning. There's something you're planning, you're strategizing. And if you're not aware of this, your higher self is doing it, and you're going to start seeing patterns and things laid out before you. You're very, very, very protected. It's almost like convincing yourself. It's already there, but it's about getting, how do I say that? You are very, very protected, and you're knowing that you are protected and feeling comfortable in that protectiveness and knowing that but it has to be a knowing. It can't just be a belief. It has to be a knowing. That's why going over like our story, validating ourselves, because others are not going to give it to us. And it's not in the way that we see it, because it astonishes us. And then we want to share it with somebody else, but it takes the zing out of it. Transylvania could be significant. Hotel Transylvania. Justice at the bottom of the deck. This is your justice. This is to make things fair because things have been taken away from you so much. You're very exceptional. I see that you can balance on one leg. Something about that. Something about one leg. Maybe somebody has one leg. I'm only seeing one leg on her too. That's crazy. In both of those. And then with Stork. With this Magician coming up after the Page of Pentacles, it's... something's coming together. Something's mixing. It's like the practical practices that you're doing, grounding, disconnecting from everything, from the consciousness, from collective consciousness or the unconscious, whatever it is. If you're going in the unconscious and bringing things out, of course. That's why we have to remember to pull ourselves out of the darkness. Like, it's good to go in and receive knowledge and things we need for our transformation. But when we're out of it, which I feel like you are, I see a Volkswagen. They do have those new ones too, and a surfboard. There's something here. Wow. Okay. Okay. I kind of zoned out there for a second. Wow. Even if you don't see it or feel it, it's like when you don't feel it, it's having that faith and keeping that faith in that positive persona, that affluence, that richness of aura, that positivity and everything. Like, yeah, I don't see it. Thank you. I don't see it happening right now, but I know it's going to. Because I'm making a step every single day. I'm taking a step forward. I'm disciplining myself. I'm enjoying life. I'm doing things that make me feel excited and happy. And I don't mean from like a lust way, because lust and those energies can really get us excited. And I've recently realized that you want somebody who calms your nervous system, who like you feel calm and centered and you can open up. You don't want those ones where you're like, and these are the ones that I used to go after, like, oh my God, I just feel something with them. It's because you have either a past life tie or you guys have a shared wound. And you can enter those if you want, but they most of the time are not going to end well. You will have to have a recovery because there will be pain. But that pain, you do get more enlightenment. But if you've already learned that lesson, you don't have to take that path. You don't have to choose that. It's all leading the same place anyway. So if you choose to do it, it's okay. And if you choose not to do it, it's okay. Hold on. I don't even know what I haven't looked at this in a while. I've had so much going on, you guys. Today is November 14th. Wow. Successful partnership. And we have Stork here, change. transformation. Working together, you and me, working together harmoniously, working together as we should, working together for the greater good. I feel like you're going to be getting some kind of partnership, probably either same sex, but not in a romantic way. This is like you guys see the world and where it needs to change. And because you have made that change, you are that change because you've done it. You're the magician, and that's coming up under stork of change. So if you want to take a screenshot of this, ooh, my light, and perform that, maybe that's something you're wanting to do. Again, I don't do all of these. I only do it when I'm called, when I'm led to, when it pops up into my mind, if I'm in the other room. And this happened when I first got this calendar, and we're almost to the end of it. And I would be making coffee or cooking breakfast, and I remember it would be like, "Oh, you need to go check that," and it was a thought, and that came through, but it was also, and it was tied to like my gut and my solar plexus. It was like a pull. It was a pull. It wasn't just a thought that we observe and like, okay. And sometimes you can let it pass and let it come back up. Because if it's important, if it's something you're really meant to do, it's going to come back up, especially if you put your focus on that. I am going to end this. I'm not ending the read yet, but I do want to share this NLP Oracle because I do believe everybody should have this, and especially for those who aren't really in the woo-woo or haven't had that mystical, magical experience where everything is connected, that magic is real, that all that woo-woo is actually true. The NLP is like a good induction. It's kind of what I did with the Gaia Network. I was led with Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton, oh my gosh, Bruce Lipton with epigenetics, environmental, how it affects the cells and all those things. The science, a lot of people want logic and science, and that's where we've worked from, but it's actually going to lead us to the right brain. I mean, it did for me. I know that everybody's going to reach these conclusions in their own way, and that's great. But I do like to be open and share what helped me pop my top and see that everything was love, whether it looked horrible or not, it was still love. But NLP, yes. So maybe somebody is looking to be an NLP because it is more of an accepted practice, especially for those, because you can't, so, like, if you publicize yourself as a witch and stuff, there's people that you're not going to be able to reach out to. And I know for me, it's more about affecting change. It's not about the title. It's not about the labels. It's about getting people to do these practices because it's going to help them. It's going to heal them. It's going to help them feel more in control of their lives and how they react, because everything is about how we react to the situations that determines our character and who we are. Wow, I'm feeling really passionate. I don't know if it's just been because it's been a while that I've been at this table, but I'm feeling your energy right now, and I'm really liking it. You're smelling the roses, or you're being asked to. You're so amazing. And that's why this validation has to be poured into ourselves, because it'll leak out. That beautiful love in that bottle, it'll leak out. And we really need to pour it into ourselves and enjoy the moments with ourselves. And when you get to those moments where spirit's right in front of you, in a flower, in a candle, in a flame, just soak it up and make the mundane sacred, because it really is. There's so many dimensions that are right here in this room, existing, cohabitating with me in this moment, and with you wherever you are. And I know that at this very moment in time, it's not as strong as it was during my awakening, and that was a lot. I was very confused. I was trying to allow the process to just go, because I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, but I knew it wasn't there to hurt me, and that acceptance allowed a lot more to come in. But I'm still piecing the pieces. I'm still piecing the puzzle together, and I think that is just an ongoing process. And when we can accept that, instead of, oh my God, I'm running out of time and I need to get here and I need to do that, it's more, It really calms the vagus nerve, the vagus nerve. Um, yeah. Which, and then when other things pop up, it's just not a big deal. It's not a big deal. You know how to direct your energy, direct your focus. Okay, this is not what I wanted to happen, but I know that it's happening for my best and highest good because that's what I've been asking for. So if you've been asking and putting it out into the universe, I let go of what no longer serves me. I call in what is for my best and my highest good and what is for the best and the highest good of all. Then you don't have anything to worry about. If something doesn't go your way, it wasn't supposed to. Somebody didn't answer the phone and help you, don't get upset and angry. They were going to hold you back. They weren't supposed to be a part of your story. And they're, see your true colors shining through. You're going to see their true colors shining through. Okay? Yeah. And it might hurt, but you got bigger fish to fry. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Divine masculine energy, authority, discipline, and father figure. It came out in the reverse, but I wasn't doing reversals today. That's what Spirit said, you know. I do normally take these in reverse, but Spirit said no reversals today. You're stepping more into your authority the more you slow down, the more you take time out for yourself and disconnect, because everything is about balance. Apology with the cat. Arrogant, rash actions, insincere. Let's see what this is about. There might be a masculine energy that wants to apologize to you. But I'm getting cutting ties, freedom, standing up, awaken. Hold on one second. You cut someone off. You stood up for yourself in some way, shape, or form, which dictated to the world that you needed some time. You needed to take some time for you, for freedom, to awaken, to allow yourself to slow down, enjoy nature, forgiveness. I'm struggling to get over the past. It fell on my lap. I'm not going to dig it. 2, 2, 3, 6. What is this masculine energy? Glow up. It's in reverse, but new opportunities, new career, successful business. You're taking authority. You're setting habits of discipline in your life so that you have a successful business. What is this apology? Masked, hidden, concealing, deception. So there is some deception going on in the background. Okay? Somebody sees your glow up. They see you standing up for yourself. You're smelling the roses. I mean, look at this girl. Hold on. So you went from this, feeling blind, scattered, confused, like, what is this? What is on my head? I got stuff on my hands, to, wow, I just took a shower. My skin is just no longer ashy. It's beautiful and luscious and glowing. We have that glow up right there. You're embracing your divine feminine, your divine masculine. I don't care if you're a female or a male. I was just talking about this at the coffee office. Like, you got to have both of them in balance. Your action and your receptive. Your passive and your active. And so, with you doing this glow up, stepping into your authority by setting up habits of discipline, which is what masculine, healthy, mature masculine energy is. You think this man got this body by staying in bed all damn day and eating? No. I'm sorry if that's really loud. Sorry. I'll have to listen to this back. But little micro habits add up. You start small. You start with a minute. I'll never forget the first time I started working out, when it was just me walking down the street and back. And then it turns into more. Or meditating. I did 60 seconds the first time. I was like, that was easy. I can do a couple more minutes. And that's just it. You're like, the more you do, starting off very small, instead of just jumping into the deep end, you're able to, it's consistency that builds success, okay? Consistency builds success. Somebody made a lot of rash decisions, concealing their deception. They're very insincere. I'm going to pull more on this energy just so we have an idea of what you're dealing with. But somebody does want to come in and apologize, and it's like, okay. And we had forgiveness fall down. It's almost like you forgive this person, but you don't want them in your life. You don't want to talk to them. Like, it's almost like you've already went into the spiritual realm. Hanapono, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. You've like repeatedly already let go of it. I let go of the need for external validation. You don't need some kind of validation. Somebody thought that you were one of those people that needed validation from other people. They might have been fawning over you, giving you these crazy compliments, confirmation that maybe made you feel really good, but it was feeding your ego. That's why we have to feed it to ourselves so we can really pick up on those around us trying to pull a fast one on us. Okay? Yeah. 1 second. Okay. Okay. We're going to elaborate a little bit on this apology and mask with this deceptive energy. A child. Beginnings, innocent, brand new, creativity, spontaneous, carefree, inexperienced, tender, new perspective, girl. Somebody wants to apologize because they've gained some kind of new perspective. They feel brand new, but they're inexperienced. They're very insincere and inexperienced. 13 could be significant. Element of water. We could be talking about a water sign. 50-50. Things are fluid. Yeah, this person is very like dreamy and fancy and mystical and romantic and emotional and compassionate, but it's veiled by deception. It's masked. They have ulterior motives. Their intentions are not pure. Let me get a confirmation for that, what I just said. Their intentions are not pure. Mortar and pestle. Spell work. Blend, brew, alchemy, concoction, medicine, breaking things down, making something. Potion, spell work. They were trying to make something happen. This person was trying to make something happen. I don't know who this water sign is to you. They can have water anywhere in their chart, though. That's the thing. It's but if it resonates with the water sign, then I would go with that. But you have to keep in mind that we all have water in our chart. It could be their moon sign. It could be their rising sign. And it could be connected to you in some way. It could be in the 12th house with hidden enemies, you know? But Virgo the Hermit. They're very, like, logical. Like, I don't know. Okay. All right, we're going to pull from here and then the NLP to close it out. Flute glasses. Success, joy, raise. You'll emerge victorious. Prepare for a grand toast. This one's coming up for you. Get those glasses ready, man. Get those glasses. We need to be drinking out of glass instead of plastic anyway. I cannot. I pulled from this past couple days and I didn't even see that. That's so cool. Okay, what is this over here, though? Spirit, can I get one for this deceptive, masked, apologetic water energy? Okay, one more time. I don't know if anything's going to come out for it. Something's saying the shadow deck. Okay. I guess we're going to do something different here. Holy Spirit, can I please get a card for this deceptive energy? Please and thank you. Interesting, interesting. Happiness. I am deserving of happiness, peace, and fulfillment, even with my shadows present. Yes, they are. They are, but it doesn't have to be with you. This person might come to you saying, I'm deserving of happiness. They might try to convince you that they are your happiness, even with their shadows. And yes, we all have shadows, but I don't think this person has acknowledged theirs. It's like they're trying to get you to come in and do it for them. And that's not the way it works. It doesn't work that way. That's not sustainable. That's an instant gratification to a situationship thing. Trust. I trust in the process of shadow work, knowing that it will lead me to greater self-awareness. Maybe just sharing with this person, you know, maybe a tip or trick that you would went through. Remembering that we've been there, maybe not in the exact position that they are in, but you were put in this position so this person could come to the realization and get this new perspective, realize that they're inexperienced and they're insincere, and you clearly can read this on them because they've been masking it and it's coming up to the surface. It's really coming up to the surface with this water element. Guys, I love your energy, but I also need to get out of it because it's very, I don't want to say that to manifest it, but I'm going to be honest. It's a little draining. It's like 1 minute it's really calm and chill and centered. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. You're creating order out of chaos. And people think you're the chaos, but you're the chaos catalyst, or you're the catalyst of order, but it is veiled. It's almost like, because they're not used to it. Their limiting beliefs keep a limiting perspective, and I see that you've already busted out of that. So that's why you need to pour this self-validation into yourself, because others are not going to fully understand it. All right, resourceful state. In a resourceful state, you unlock your inner resources of positive emotions and strategies. I love you, Spirit. I love you. I love you. Strategies, the Two of Wands, you guys. And are able to apply them in your life, whether through anchoring, visualization, or positive self-talk. Step into your resourceful state and approach situations with calm, clarity, and confidence. You guys better start celebrating success, like behind closed doors, because not everybody wants to see you succeed. And that's the truth of it. And creating these awesome ways to validate yourself, pour into yourself, journal, get excited. The things that you would once share with other people, pour it back into yourself by journaling it. Put like, or if it's more comfortable, do a speaking note. If you're more comfortable with like talking to people, and it feels more natural, and then start going into journaling a little bit. I'm telling you, when you put pen to paper, it is magic. When your intentions, you're writing the truth and how you feel and what you want and anything, it's magic. It really is magic. And pouring into yourself is really your advice, whoever I'm talking to. And if you've been doing this, do it more, because the bottle's going to pop and you're going to be overflowing with this success, this joy, this raise, in connection with all the elements illuminated to your fire and your spark. So I love you. The universe loves you, and everything's working out for your best and your highest good, guys. Until next time. Peace.